Hi everyone, it's Gail. I am here with a little craft with me. I'm going to tell you about my Denver trip, a few things like that. So hi and hugs first to Shar, Melissa, Beverly, and Plan with Mazzy. So I am back from my trip, as they used to say in the 60s, through the magic of television. I'm back. So last video was I was about to leave, and then let's see, what did we have? We had 4 days while I was gone, and you didn't even know it because I still had videos every day. So anyway, back from the trip, I wanted to do a craft with me that wouldn't require me to think too much because I want to tell you about my trip as we're crafting. But what I'm going to do today, this little ephemera folio, as I called it, I made this in a video called something like Make an Ephemera Folio by the Bumbling Crafter or something like that. That's how I made this one. And it's really, really full. And I'm kind of feeling like it's going to compromise the book if I don't get a few things out of it. And then on my trip, as you know, I took a bunch of stuff to fussy cut. So in this little bag, I have mushrooms, butterflies, and birds. This little bag has Roxy Creation labels on full sheet label paper, so they'll be sticky on the back. See, they have the little thing there. Got those cut out. Got some doilies cut out from Roxy Creations. And then some labels from Tracy Fox at Love Junk Journals. So I have all those. So I want to make another folio so that I can put in my sticky labels and have them separate from my plain old labels, if that makes sense. So I did that. Here was my garbage bag while we were traveling. So just need to throw that away is all that needs to happen there. So what I decided to do this time is I'm going to make it out of some paper that I don't like, some scrapbook paper that, you know, I liked it at the time. I kind of don't anymore. So I'm going to make it out of these, no. These papers. I like the inside. The inside's fine, but not a fan of the outside. So I'm just going to make it with that and then collage over the top. That's my thing. I'll get back to the journal that we were doing at some point here, but I'm going to make this video with telling you about my trip and making this little folio. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do tomorrow I'll do it today, but you'll see it tomorrow, a Happy Mail video, because I came home and my husband had the whole coffee table full of Happy Meals. Bless your hearts. Bless your hearts. Oh my gosh. So anyway, yeah, so I thought I would do that. Okay, so let's see. Let me think. What do I want to do? I want the bottom. I want it up 3 inches is what I want. So let's see. Mountains become valleys, valleys become mountains. Sorry, I had to think for a minute. Yep. So if we go this way, then that's going to be like that. Okay, so far so good. Oh, you know, the last time I did this, oh my gosh, I had quite the video experience doing that. Okay, yeah. So, okay, so my trip, let's see if I can talk about that and make this thing while we're working on it. Who knows what will happen. Oh, I need to crease them down the middle. See, I'm already messing up because I'm talking. So we, excuse me while I think for one moment. So I'm going to do these at 6. So my son came over from where they live. He and his daughters came over on Thursday night, and then we left on Friday. So it kind of, yeah, it was crazy. So first I should tell you that we went to Denver for double digits baby shower and my grandson's confirmation, and which you probably know if you watch my videos regularly, but just in case somebody doesn't, we'll just tell you that. And then so so that's gonna be the outside. Sorry, I have to think for a second. Okay, I know I need to trim these off, but I might wait until I get it put together so I trim the right piece. Anyway, that's what we went for, and it's 12 hours from my house to, at least 12 hours from my house to Denver. So, okay. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I'm sorry. I really am going to get into my trip here in a minute, but I forgot to tell you that another reason I wanted to do this, look at this thing. This is page protectors. This is a whole box. The top ones are We Are Memory Keepers ones that I bought when my local craft store was going out of business. They were like super cheap. These ones are ATC size. These ones are full page size. I've got some little ones here. So those are on top, but look at all of these. I mean, I got these at an estate sale, and I'm just thinking that I'm going to make the pockets in this one different than the one that I made before, in that I'm going to utilize these page protectors, because seriously, does anyone need that many page protectors in their life? Apparently somebody did, whoever it was that I went to the estate sale. But yeah, I have a ton of those. So that's what's going to be our, what's going to be our pockets. Anyway, I'm just going to do this. Oh, then the other thing I wanted to tell you is this chipboard is 1.5 inches wide, 9 inches tall, so that it will go in the middle, right? Okay. I do think I'm going to cut these a little bit. Anyways, so we left on Friday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. So that was, that was killer for this girl who's used to sleep until 7, but we left at 6. Let's see, I think my son started out driving. Yeah, my son started out driving, and then, but he had to work. He can work remotely, and he had to work. So, once it was work time, 8 o'clock or whatever, I took over driving. Then he spelled me for an hour. That would have been his lunch hour. And then I drove some more, and then once it was, 5 o'clock or whatever, then he drove again. So it was like, yeah, it was kind of crazy. So anyway, a lot more driving than I'm used to doing, that's for sure. So that's what we did, but it worked out great. It was good. But it was a lot, I have to say. I was pooped. I really was. I was really tired. So, anyway, so Friday was an on the road day, and other than it was a lot, it was fairly uneventful, because we just drove. I mean, we stopped for gas, we stopped for lunch, let's see, what did we do for, oh no, we didn't stop for lunch because my sweet husband had made us lunch. Ooh, left out part of the story, which is at, when it came down to it that morning, Mr. A was not well. And so he did not come, which broke his heart. I know it did, because he was our middle grandson's sponsor for his confirmation. So I know it was really hard for him not to go, but he was not feeling good. It was not a good idea. I will tell you before I finish the rest of the story that he's doing much better. I think what happened is medications kicked in, and so he's doing much better. So anyway, there was all of that. And okay, I'm going to try and do this straight. I think I'm going to leave that washi. I don't know. This will be a work in progress, but you know, we cover it up. As long as it's strong, who cares, right? Anyway, so driving. That's what about Friday was. But we got to, let's see, we got to Casper, Wyoming, and, let's see. So I drove from Casper. I was driving at the time. We were at Casper, and, gosh, that's sticky and hard to cut straight. So I'm going to try that again. There we go. Anyway, Casper, that was a tough drive because it was raining so hard that that I could not see anything. Like passing semis and stuff. Oh my gosh, it was driving blind. I was watching the yellow line on this side, but so that part was, it was really hard and it was really exhausting. So that's why I was so tired by the time we got there. But anyways, we made it through safely, which was the main thing, right? And so we did that. We got there, and my one grandson had a soccer game, so my daughter gave us the code to her garage. I want you to notice I'm actually peeling off the carpet tape this time. Yay, Gail, right? Last time I did this project, I forgot. And it was somewhat of a disaster, but you know, live and learn. I'm doing a lot better on this one. Oh gosh, these are hard to, should have had more than one piece of washi to hold it, I think, but that's okay. Okay, I think we're okay. If it's wonky, it's okay. It's just for me. Anyway, where was I? So we got there and we let ourselves in, and I said to my son, you know what? There's a bottle of wine over there with my name on it. So I went ahead and helped myself to a glass of wine. Oh, I was just so frazzled after that driving. You know, it's one thing to have yourself in the car, but when you have precious cargo in your son and your granddaughters, it's a whole nother thing. And I was just like so nervous about not being able to see. So anyway, I had a glass of wine. My son found himself a beer, and we just sat and relaxed. And by that time, my daughter that doesn't live there, but in that house, she lives in Denver, but she's the one that the baby shower was for. She and her guy came, and so we just hung out and visited, which was really kind of nice. And then my other daughter got back from soccer, my grandson's soccer, and so then we just visited that night pretty much and everything. And then the next day, my daughter's life is so busy. So two out of her 3 boys had games, and so we went to the games, and that was fun and stuff. And then excuse me while I think for a second. And then, okay. So that's how it was supposed to go the first time I did this project. Okay, that's lovely, lovely. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this, put the tape on it, and then run the fabric down. Okay, so anyways, we went to kids' games, but it was so cold in Denver. Well, it was cold here where I live too. Just a major spring storm going through. I think a lot of the country got that this weekend. Okay, that's decent. Maybe not perfect, but decent. Oh, wrong scissors. Don't get those sticky. So anyway, so we had the games and stuff. So we did that. And then it was baby shower time, which was super fun and so great because I had not met, well, either of my daughters. I'd really never met their friends down in the Denver area, you know. And it was just, that was just really fun to meet their friends and, you know, have more of a glimpse into what their life is like down there. I don't know. It really helps to know, you know, where your children are and, you know, that they have good support systems because you're not there, you know, that kind of stuff. So, and it was the first time that I got to meet the family of my daughter's partner. So that was good. And they were very sweet people. I really enjoyed my time visiting with them. So did that. And, yeah. And then what else? Oh, it was just a super fun time. And, you know, it's always fun for me to watch my grandkids play with their cousins. You know, I don't know if it's because they don't get to see each other much or what, but they really do appreciate it when they have time together. And I love watching them, you know. So anyway, we had a lovely, lovely, lovely evening with the shower. And a late night, of course. And so I'm hoping, yeah, kind of got that over a little far, but I'm hoping I can cover. Yep, I got it covered. Okay. And so late night doing that was all good. And then we got up not super early because Mass was at 11 for the boys and their confirmation. And so my daughter had to go early. And the boys that were being confirmed had to go early as well. Well, that's a little crooked, but I think it's okay. So anyway, that was all good. So, and church was an hour and 45 minutes, but it was okay because the priest was so good. He was so entertaining. And, you know, he did a lot of talking to the children that were being either having their first communion or they were getting confirmed, or both, because they can do both now, which wasn't true back in the day. So anyway, there was that. Yeah, so oh, I hope that's going to stick. I think it will. I usually would use Fabri-Tac, but I know that art glitter glue does stick to fabric too. So let's see. So yeah, so we did confirmation, and then we went back to my daughter's. Meanwhile, she had flipped her house. It's like one summer when she was in college, she worked at a resort town here in Montana, and she worked at a resort and was on the banquet crew. She said, "Mom, it's just like flipping for events on the banquet crew." So I thought that was funny. Oh, let's see. That is gonna. Oh, that is not working well. Okay, I just need to cut this pocket down a little bit because it's in the crease. This one might be too. I'm not sure. Didn't think of that, but that's okay. We'll just give it a little cut with the sticky scissors. See if that does better. Yep, that's going to be better. And it doesn't really, that one's stuck. Although I don't like how it is, so I'm going to unstick it and then we'll Fabri-Tac these. Just got to get it out of the area of the crease of the book. Yeah, so anyway, that was all good. We got home. It's so funny. This is kind of a fun story. My son-in-law, he played football at the college where I worked and where my children went to college. And one of his teammates, his name was Joey, or is Joey. And he, oddly enough, he and his family live like a couple blocks from my daughter and son-in-law in Denver, and they in the same subdivision. And he is the vice principal of my grandson's middle school. So it's so crazy that their lives ended them up in the same place. And, you know, and then in the same neighborhood even. So it was so great because I got to see him. Now I might have to, I forgot and went ahead and glued this pocket. I might have to re-glue it because I might be cutting it off, but I need to make these, cut them down a bit so the book will fold in like that. Okay, I need a little more. So this side ends up being a bit shorter. Okay, what is the deal here? Good. Yep, that seems to be good. Okay. Okay, and then this one too. Yeah, so anyway, that was kind of a God wink, as we call them in my family, where my daughter really felt like, oh, this is where we're supposed to be, when she saw her husband's old teammate there at the middle school. Yeah, it was crazy. Okay, that is not folding very good. Let me see what's going on here. I think it's because I might have to put some lace along that. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to get the pages ready. We're going to collage over this because I don't love it. And over those. And it might just be I put collage papers. I don't know, but I got to do something with that. Okay, so I'm going to do they do in this one? I think I just did 3 pages maybe per signature. Is that right? Maybe 4. 1, 2, 3. Nope, 3. 3 pages and just 2 signatures because you fill it up with ephemera and it gets super fat. So I need to pull the papers for that. Now these will be covered up with the pockets, so I don't really care. I'm just gonna pick the ones that I don't like the most. Which ones don't I like? Okay, well, I don't really like that one. That one's okay because it's neutral. That one I like. That one I don't like. Okay, so let's see what else. My son-in-law built a fire pit outside their house, or in their backyard, and so we spent some time out there, even though it was freezing. But it it was fine. We just all put on jackets and then warmed ourselves by the fire. That was fun. Okay, this one now has 3. It's a good way to use up some paper, just to paper that, I mean, I would totally use that on stuff, but okay, I just need one more. What am I going to use? I guess I'll just use, I think I'll use this. And we'll have our pages. So we'll probably just work on one and then we might collage. I don't know. It's kind of like, we get home after a trip like that. It's like where to begin in my craft room, but I knew I needed to do a happy mail because like there's a ton. How many? 2, I don't know. There's big boxes though. So gonna need to do that. Okay, so how'd I do this? So they got to be 9 up and down. That makes sense, right? Where's my ruler? So yeah, I'm sure they're 9 this way. Yep. How far did I go this way? Just around 5.5. So at around 11, maybe a little bit less than 11. Okay. So we just need to cut these papers to size here. And I guess I'll go with the even though I don't like the image, I'll go with the images. I mean, it's okay. It's just not. I'm going to go 2 ticks under 11 this way. And then see, this will be a page. Right? Right. Okay. Okay, we'll just cut all of these. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you my granddaughters that went on the trip with us, my son's daughters. Oh my gosh, were they troopers. They were so good. Such a long time in the car. Such a long time, but they were just troopers about it. They really were. And on the way home on Sunday, kind of after cake and stuff, really we didn't even stay to watch the boys open their presents, but we left to go 4 hours from Denver to Casper, Wyoming, so that we could kind of cut off a bit of the drive yesterday, because I had to drive yesterday because my son was working. So yeah, so anyways, that was good. And yeah, and then we stayed overnight Sunday night in Casper, Wyoming, and you guys, on Monday morning we got up to snow. There was snow. I could not believe it. I was like, are you kidding me? It wasn't on the roads, but it stuck on the ground. It was like, wow. So then this morning I got a note from a subby that she said Aurora, Colorado, which is where my daughter lives and where we were staying and everything. They got 5 inches last night. So I haven't talked to my daughter, but I bet she's just tickled about that. All their trees were in bloom and everything, so it probably ruined all that. I'm just like, oh my gosh, we need to be done with winter already, right? So, but yeah, I mean, at least, like, I know some of the country has had like super, super bad weather, that tornadoes and whatnot. So, I mean, definitely could be worse. I don't mean to complain, but I'm just tired of snow. Okay, so then this one. Gonna have some scraps there. One of these days I need to do some getting rid of scraps work, because I'm kind of getting overtaken again. Okay, so I think our pages are all ready. Okay. So I think I was talking, well, I'm going to go down when Double Digit is born, hopefully, and help my daughter. But then my other daughter wants me to come down for like a week in October, or not October, September, in the fall sometime anyway, which is a great time to come down because I can see her boys playing their other sports and stuff, and she really likes vintage, and so we just go on these forays where we go to every antique store that is around the place. So that would be fun. Last time, I know I told you this in a video at one point, that when she lived in Columbus, I had to send home a box because we went to a Tuesday morning and we don't have those here and that kind of stuff. So that was really fun. Okay, you guys, off camera, I'm going to sew these in to the signature just here. But let's get one done with these page protectors, and I'll show you what I was thinking of doing. Okay, so we set that up there. Let's get rid of the really good ones I'm saving for. I have a few 3-ring binders that I keep stuff in, so I'm going to keep those for that. Okay, but these are Avery ones. So what I was thinking is, okay, I'm thinking about, okay, so this is seamed here. So I'm thinking about making these, I might just cut them in half. Not quite. Let's see, but these are going to go this way. Okay, I'm having, but I want 2 to go this way. Okay, so I probably want those about 3 inches. I don't know. We're just going to go for it, and they'll work, whatever we do. So I think I'm going to cut this with the pocketed side here. I'm going to cut this to 3 inches. Oop, didn't quite get it all the way. Jeez. That's right. We got it. Okay. So then I'm guessing like 5 inches would, because this was a little more than 5 inches. So let's just do 5 and see what that looks like here. Yes. Okay. Good. And then this one will be 5 inches. Like so. And then I'll have a tiny bit of waste here, but that's okay. Do I want to keep that for something? I might. I don't know. I'll put it up here and possibly keep that for something. Okay. So then I need to glue on the edges and then glue this. I could glue this down. It could actually be a double pocket, couldn't it? Because you could go inside here, but also in the back. Okay, so there's a couple there. Then with these, I was thinking of going this way. That's what I was thinking. So I'm going to go, let's see. We need to make sure that this is 5, don't we? Because we want it to fit in the book. That'd be nice. That'd be helpful. So I'm going to have a bit of a strip here of waste. But see how thin those are? Those could be pockets in my stamp ephemera, in this one. In this one. See, those could be for the stamps like this, only the plastic. So I'm going to keep those. I'm glad I kept them. Okay, now we're going to go 3 inches here. I don't know. Okay. And then 3 inches. And then 3 inches. And then that leaves a little smaller one for the top. Okay. All right, so that's kind of how we're going to cut those. And I will go back and cut a bunch of them after the video. But, so this guy is just going to go right down here. So I need to glue in between the acetate where it was cut. Or whatever this stuff is, plastic. Okay, so see, I've done that. Hope you can see that. Now I'm going to go around the 3 edges. Let's stick that on the page, and I'm going to go more toward the edge because this will be, you know, bound in the book and need a little room to be bound. Okay, so, and what I do is brush out so that I don't take up room from the pocket, just to smooth the glue that way. Okay, and then can I do one like that, one like that? Yep. Okay, so then this one, I have to do 2 sides. I have to glue. Wow, that's hard to see. It's hard to see on my mat thing there, my glass mat. It just blends right in. So, okay, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, and then we'll glue these 2 edges. This edge too. What am I thinking? Okay, and then I'm just going to put that above that one, like so. And then this shorter one can go at the top. So I need to do 2 sides on it. It's easier for me to see it if it's on the red. Whoops. Good enough, good enough. Get myself all gluey here. and then the 3 sides to put it onto the page. Okay. Then what I'm going to do in the pockets on the cover is I did some trim that is on sticky paper, and so I'm going to do that. Okay, so basically that's how it's going to go. So I'm not going to just keep doing that over and over again in the video. I can do that on my own. I will definitely show you guys this when it's all done too. Let's see, where are we? 40 minutes. So we have about 20 minutes. Let's start. So I will put these pockets on every surface here, here, here. And then I'll have what? I've got 9, let's see. 12 sides, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 12 sides. And then so 24 pages to be able to put ephemera in. So this one's drying. You can see how it'll dry clear, and then yeah, then we'll just have that. Okay, so that is that. We're gonna just set that over there. So let's play a little bit with the front cover and just do some collaging on it. My collage papers are where? Got some here. I got only a couple of mine. Let's see. I think I want to do antique papery kind of as the main thing, and then supplement with some other stuff. I think this is probably going to be more than one video because I might collage this whole thing just on video. I love, love, love that. So maybe we can put that up in the corner. Let's see. Let's use these to get the white off. It's just easiest. Yeah, so let's see, what else do I have to tell you? I don't know. I do love a little road trip though. This sounds really dumb, but I love stopping at a gas station and getting treats, and of course I just whatever my granddaughters want, they got. And oh, I do love that one. I love all of these. Anyways, I think I'm going to start with that on the top, and then what else do we want to do? Oh, I have some of this that's kind of just, I think that's some sprays. That's some sprays that I did. Could put that over. Could put that there. That goes nicely, doesn't it? Because that's was kind of plain right there. I don't know. I'm just playing. We'll see. We'll see where we get to here. I'm just grabbing stuff out of my collage area here. Ooh, let's use some of this. I have this. This came in Happy Mail, I'm pretty sure. But I love how yellowed it is. And it's kind of fragile, so wouldn't be great to use as a page. Look at how it just tears. Oh my goodness. Okay. it really just kind of tears. Okay, so that's fun. Oh, my heater came on, blew the paper all over the place. I wonder if I could just kind of put this under here. Let's go that side. It's nice and straight right there at the fold. And I could put this kind of over the edge of it to kind of pull that together. I like that part. Maybe, do we want to put, kind of like that there. Oops. Doesn't tear straight, I can tell you that. Oh, it's okay. And I don't mind a little of the pattern paper showing through, that's fine. Okay, let's do that, and then let's do some sort of little something out of the basket, maybe music or something. Ooh. I like that because it goes with that. I want something jaggedy. Things are ready. That's awesome. Okay. Ephemera at the ready. How am I doing time-wise? Oh, we're good. We're good, we're good. Okay, so let's glue some stuff. Grab some glue papers. Let's see, it looks like we want to glue this down first, maybe. Ooh, thank goodness I remembered to put my lid on before we went on our trip. Yeah, so we got home and my husband was so much better. I think the medicine finally kicked in, so he's like a new guy, really. So that was good. I need to check in with my daughter that lives here in Montana because, you know, she's the one with Crohn's and was not doing well when we left. So, but I know she's really busy too, so it's kind of a balance in terms of giving her a call and checking in on her and stuff. But need to do that. Need to let Addie know where her sales are on her digitals, so she knows. I asked my daughter to let me know. They had another meeting and asked her to let me know what the goal is for the kids so that I can update you as to how Addie's doing toward her goal. So much fun. My friend Austin sent me a video. He did an altered book and used some of Addie's designs in that, and so that was super awesome. So I'll share that with you guys, share the link and stuff. He doesn't quite have it up yet, but yeah, I thought that was so fun. Okay, so let's put this guy on the corner. Now, the other ephemera thing, you know, I just used scrapbook paper that I loved and just left the scrapbook paper showing. So that's an option too. But I thought this was kind of a nice way to use some stuff that I didn't care for and yet then collage it and make it something that I love. So that's the plan anyway. Yeah, I think this was, I don't know, this was a wipe up piece or something for sprays. I'm going to put that over some of the pattern paper too, so that, okay, maybe that's fine. Gonna leave that little line showing. I like that. Okay, I like that. Oh, that's the inside page. That's not the cover. This is the cover. Golly, Gail. But I really like that. So that's a start there. Let's see if we can't get the cover done. At least the first part of it. And then, jeez. Oh, I am my own worst enemy. Okay, so let's do the cover. I have a great idea. Let's do the cover. Okay, so let's find, there's no shortage of papers that I love in the antique papery, so that's the good news. Ooh, that's pretty and goes really well with that. That's top choice so far. Yeah, these are, that's pretty too. I mean, they're all pretty. Let's face it, they're all pretty. That's really fun too. I think I want the bright though, and I've done some of this. That's got some of the same papers or patterns to it. Okay, I think I'm just going to use this. I'm not going to spend a whole ton of time deliberating. Oops. Let's see what we want to use. And I think I'll put lace or something here to kind of make that transition work. I mean, really, that's nice just as it is, isn't it? Okay. Okay, here we go. And I think I'm just going to cover the front, and then we'll maybe some collage some pieces onto it. See what we can do in about a little less than 15 minutes. All right, so that is going to go there, and then this, we're going to tear down the center-ish. Okay, and then, yeah, that's just fine because the lace will cover that up. Let's just make sure we kind of get that. Nice. All right. So we have a start on this one. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here because I don't care if I get glue there because we're going to be putting this down there anyway, right? So actually, all the better if we get glue on it. Just stick better. Okay, so I want to mostly just line up the top here. Oops. Sticks to me. Okay. Okay, that's good. And I'll put lace down there. That'll be just fine. This then folds. We'll probably distress it. Let's face it. Ooh. Ooh, right? That's going to be pretty. That's going to be pretty fun. Okay. So I want to use that pattern paper throughout it, kind of. Oh gosh. Okay. So What do we want to use? Those two little pieces are probably garbage. Probably, but we don't know for sure. How to straighten fabric. It's just fun. Gosh, it's hard though. This is so beautiful. I hate to cover any of it up, really. I kind of hate to cover any of it up. Okay, so let's just maybe decorate it. What I do with all of my things I cut out on my trip. Where did I put those? Oh, they're over here. I was wondering if there's a bird or something. I felt like I had some bigger birds. Nah. Okay, we're going to this ephemera book. We're going to this ephemera book to make the second ephemera book. So I have some really big birds here that I don't know if they'll fit on anything else. Like, look at that big old dude. That's even too big for this. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? Little cardinal. Okay, I like that. It's a good place to start. So then, just looking at these sticker labels, and I think I got these at Wawa Stationery. I think is where I got these. Yeah, I don't want to cover that up. These are Tracy Fox Love Junk Journals. Don't know that I'll remember to put everybody in the description box, but you'll just know. It needs to be bigger, but I don't want to cover things up, so I'm struggling with that a little bit. Let's see what this size does. See, this is my favorite part, but it's where the label would go, really. Unless I split the difference and just kind of put it there. And could I put something right here to kind of tie in? Do I have lacy wise? Oh my goodness, the laces there are just such a wreck. Just kind of sew that and put that on there. I think I might. Goes that way. Excuse me for being off camera. I'm just going to super quick stitch that, just a straight stitch. Stitch that lace onto that. Sorry guys, it's stuck. So much for quick. There we go. Okay, well, that's a goobered mess, but that's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Scrungy looking. Okay, so I can stick that there, that there, that there. This especially this flower, I want to ink because it kind of blends into the background. This is thin. This is just a book page that this bird was cut out of. Okay. So, okay. Pop this over there. We're going to finish the front in this video, by golly. And then I'll work on the book other time. So kind of the next big event in my life is my Junk Journalers Junket Retreat that I host here in Montana at a wonderful house in Anaconda, Montana. And we're all set. We have our roommate assignments. We have meal assignments. I think it's pretty much all set, except I got to figure out what I'm going to take to work on and that kind of stuff, which I think one of my last retreats, I did do a video of everything I took, which I could maybe do that again, just because that one is buried in the archives of my videos somewhere. Yeah, I've come to realize that I need to do things more than once. I always think, oh, I made a video on that. But if it's 300 videos back, people are not looking at it. So in order to keep you all, you know, to keep everybody, and especially new people, knowing what's going on, I really kind of need to redo some videos that I've already done, but remember, there's playlists on my channel. So there's tutorials, I mean, I went through the list in a recent video, so I won't redo that, but just okay, and then there's going to be lace going down that, which I probably should have moved that over. Whoopsie. Oh well. I think I might use this lace to go down that edge. Yep, and that's going to be fine on that. Okay. So I'm going to cut that. And I think I'll use Fabric Hack just because it's easy, and I'm back from my trip. I don't care if my nails get gooky. They probably will. And so probably need to take off the foo-foo. I won't probably do my nails again until before we go on our trip in July, which that's going to require probably some red and black because we're going to Disney. So the girls that were on this trip, my granddaughters that were on this trip, are the girls that are going on the trip in July. And so I told them it made me even more excited to go with them because they were super great travelers. Okay, there it is so far. We'd never know there's kind of ugly paper underneath. So I'm really liking it so far. It's fun. And then the inside page, and we may do some more with that. I don't know. Yeah, we may. Okay, well, there's the beginnings of another one of these ephemera folders because I've already outgrown this one. And I'll need to do some reorganization, I think, so that we can fit all the fun stuff in that we need to work with. So thanks everybody for watching, and we will just see you next time. Bye-bye.